Welcome to Throwback Thursday. This is a series where I reach back into my stash for older retired collections and we pull them out and we make something fresh and new. Today we're working with Prima's 2017 collection called Tales of You and Me by Frank Garcia. This is a very romantic, lots of pinks and purples, butterflies and hearts, birds, all the things. My husband bought this for me for Valentine's Day a couple of years ago, and I loved the paper, so I got it out. And today what I want to talk about is how to deal with a project that you put in timeout. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but you start making something and things just start going wrong and you get frustrated and you just take it and you put it aside. First, I put this in my little basket that I keep beside my table. Then I moved it from the basket into an iris storage container. Then I moved it from there into the closet. I was really mad at this guy. And I was cleaning out the closet, reorganizing my papers, and I found this, and I thought, I really should finish this. So this is, I don't even remember all the details of how I made this, but this is a little folio, and it measures 7.5 by 5.5, and it's got a 1-inch spine. And you can see I got pretty far along. Like, I covered the spine, I made the, I made the cover, the whole thing. This is a very, very lightweight chipboard, I think, that I used. And then I got inside and I messed up the pages. And I was really frustrated about that. I tried to make a pocket page, and then I foolishly glued the top of the thing so it wouldn't work. And then I took the tabs that were going to be here and I glued them here and here, and then it stuck out over the end. And at that point I went, well, forget about it. I didn't really want to make this anyway. So pulled it back out. I'm going to give it a second chance. And I want to show you, I came up with a little fix, and I want to show you how I fixed this. First, I wet the tabs with a little water and let it sit a minute, and then carefully pulled them off. And there's a little bit of scuffing, but not bad. And we're going to cover most of that with paper, so we will be okay there. So then what I did was I took some of this heavy grocery bag paper, and I cut this 4 inches by 5 3/8 because that is the height. And I scored it in half, and we're just going to take this and we're going to glue it down, sort of like we're recreating the edge. Okay. So this is just going to go like this. So it goes top to bottom. And now we've covered up that hole that was supposed to be a hidden page, a hidden pocket page. We've covered that up, and we're okay there. All right. And then what I'm going to do is take this pink paper, and I know I need to cut this. We're going to go ahead. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because this is the center of this album. I want this to be double waterfalls. So I think we'll be okay if we just go, let's go 3 by, this is 5 3/8. So I'm going to bring in my cutter. I'm going to go 3. I'm going to go 5 3/8. And I should be able to patch this in there. Okay, so it needs to be 5 1/4. But always better to cut it long than short. Let's see. Okay, that's actually right in between 5 3/8 and 5 1/4, and it's perfect. So I should be able to patch this in here like that. And you can tell a little bit, but once we put the patterned paper down, you can't really tell. So that's how you fix that. And then of course you just cut another one to do on this side. And then you can do this as your waterfall page. The other thing I did was I was trying to make, I was not having a good day, people. I was trying to make a little pull-out page down here, and I had my book upside down. So now we've got this piece over here. Well, I'm just going to ignore that. This is a little hidden pocket here, but I want to go to the front of the folio. We're going to glue this flap down because I actually don't want this to be a flap page. So we're just going to glue that down and pretend that didn't happen. All right. And now I need a little scrap of my designer paper. It doesn't have to be very big. Okay, I'm just going to do this the lazy way and mark it with a pencil. And you'll see what I'm doing here in just a second. Just hang with me. All right. And now let's ink this. I just re-inked my gathered twigs. And every time I pick that up, I'm getting covered with ink, but I think I did okay this time. All right. So let's put this here. Okay. And that looks good. And then here's the little flip out folio that I made. It's got a little tab. This is 5 1/4 inches tall by 5 and just about 5 1/2 inches, 5 3/8, something like that. And it's just joined paper and then scored. Let me see, we scored it this will help. Yeah, we scored it every 5 1/2. So what I did was I cut paper panels. That are 5 by 5 1/2. So this must be more like 5 5/8. Yes, this is 5 5/8. And then this little flap, I just covered this. I put a magnet here and a magnet here. This is a border strip that I just cut out. And then I want you to see what I did on the back. I did these little hinges. These are 1-inch pieces of paper folded in half and then glued down. This is going to be a pocket. I just want to make sure all of these are open. So I take my ruler and I just go in there and get in the corners. All right. And then we're going to put our adhesive just on these little hinges. And this is going to glue. I'm going to center this up. And glue it here. And then I took a regular craft tag and used my Graphic 45 regular tag die cut a front and a back. And then this will slip in here. So that's kind of a fun little feature right inside. My magnets, this is old Prima. Old Prima paper was thick, y'all. I probably should have used a big magnet instead of the small magnet and it would have held better. But I'm telling you, this project, it has just, this is why I put it in timeout. It's really funny. Anyway, so this will be waterfall and I'm going to make these, the height of these is going to be 5. And I'll probably just go 5 by 5 1/2, and they're going to be lateral this way. And then I'll cover up this mistake here, just like I covered this one up. And then back here, a little insert. I think I actually made the little insert already. Yes. So this is 5 1/8 by 8 1/2, and I scored it at 4. And then this will go in here like that, like a little pull out. And I'll figure out how to fix this problem here. It'll look good when I'm done. But there's the back cover, there's the spine. So basically what I did was I joined, I'll just go over this real quickly, because this is not going to be a full tutorial. This is just kind of showing you how to fix what went wrong. Because it's a shame when you get something this close to done and then you toss it. So 5 1/2 by 7 1/2, 1-inch spine. I joined it, you know, and scored at 7 1/2. I think that looks more like 1 1/4 inches. Yep, 1 1/4 inches, and then scored it, and then, you know, trimmed off the excess. Then I joined 2 more pieces of paper here. Do you see this? So these were 12, hold on, 14 1/2, and I scored these at 7 and 7 1/2. And then this spine, you put your adhesive on and you center it and you push it against that. And then you've got this page in the middle that has a 1/2 inch gutter between it, so you can put your waterfall in there. But that's the fix. I'm going to go ahead and finish this little folio, and then I will come back and show you what I've done. But sometimes it's good to put a project in timeout. This one was in timeout. I must have been really bad at it because it was in timeout for 2 years. But pulled it out today for Throwback Thursday, and we'll go ahead and we'll work on it some more. And if I think of any other tips, I'll pop in and share them with you. Other than that, I'm still struggling with my voice a little bit, so I'm trying not to fatigue my voice too much. But I'll be back to show you what I do. So are you ready for the big reveal? I finished this up and I love the way it turned out. Who knew that this project that I was ready to throw into the recycling bin could turn out to be something that makes me so happy. I'm so glad that I set this aside. Sometimes, here's the tip for you. Sometimes when you're struggling with a project, the very best thing you can do is set it aside and walk away. Come back another day, you'll see it with fresh eyes, you'll have fresh ideas, and everything will work out. So on the cover, I just layered up some of the journal cards from the collection with fussy cut images on the cover. And then, I mean, it looks complicated, but this is actually really, really simple. I took this Rene Bouquet's heart frame and turned it into a shaker box. I layered it over these sweet little birds and then filled it with buttons galore and more sparklets and Fancy Gal sequin mix. These roses are from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I think they're called deep pink or pink mix, something like that. These are Prima. These came out at Christmas, but they work really well. And then this is Really Reasonable Ribbon Garden Rose Satin with a Grosgrain Edge, Rene Bouquet's Butterfly, and then this sweet little Valentine Angel. I love how the heart here echoes the shape of the heart on the shaker box. So that's the cover. It's actually quite simple. And then here on the spine, I just did a little dangle charm. And I didn't add any ribbon or anything at the top. I thought this was fine. I have Live, Laugh, Love, a little dragonfly, this sweet little butterfly, a heart, of course, and a bee. And then this piece is a Graphic 45 door plate. I don't know if they make these anymore. I created the ribbon closure, and you do that just by putting your ribbon down with score tape before you add all your paper layers. So let's take a look at the finished inside. It looks quite a bit different than it did. I kept it very, very simple because I designed this to be a photo album. I think this would be beautiful for wedding pictures, engagement pictures, anniversary pictures, even birthdays. Here's a little tag, die cut with Graphic 45's regular tag die. And I showed you how to do our little flip folio here that opens out like this. This is all finished and lined, ready for photos and journaling. So pretty. This is such a romantic collection. If I had it to do over again, I would have put a bigger magnet here, but this works. It's just not quite perfect is all. Then over here, I created a little pocket page, cut this image out of the top of the Prima paper, and then I used my envelope punch to make a sweet little envelope to hold a couple of little mini folios. This would be a great place to tuck in a gift card if you wanted to do something like that, or a tea bag or whatever. So then this is our double waterfall that we put together. And you can see I cut it exactly like I said I would. I did the 5.5 by 4.25, and then you score the 1/2 inch. And these are mirror images. So you've got room for lots of photos here. And then on the bottom, I created a little shaped pocket with a little postcard to go inside. And these are just cut out from the, and you can see these are the same as well. These are mirror images as well. And I just shaped the top with my crocodile scallop punch and then rounded the bottom with the corner rounder. So that's those. I didn't do any kind of fancy closure. And then here we have a little flap page that opens out like this. So you could do journaling over here. You could have your photo here, and you could do hidden journaling here and another little photo here. And then here's this page with the pull-out folio, room for a photo here. And then just to make this awkward page that I cut too short, I punched out 4 circles, stacked them together to make kind of a faux button to go there. So that's it, guys. It's a really sweet, really simple little folio, perfect for photos and journaling for a special birthday, an anniversary, a bridal party weekend, a wedding. I just love the romance of this collection. So now you know what I do when a project falls off the rails, and you had some ideas for how to bring it back onto the rails. I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear your comments in the comments section below. I respond to every single comment I receive. Please give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed, why not join? I'd love to have you along for the journey. All right, guys, I'll be back next week with another Throwback Thursday. That's it for me, Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design. Go get your craft on. Bye.